welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're covering the Luau 2024 team match at the Thurmont Conservatory and Sportsman's Club. Alright, on this stage it was a relay. One shooter went with the rifle, one with the pistol. As you see here, Coop's going with the rifle. He had to engage all the tombstone/turtle type targets. With the pistol, I had to do all the steel and all the silhouettes. Once one shooter completed the run, they safely ditched their firearm and they dashed back and tag the other shooter. Now I move out with my pistol. You had to load on the way. Boom, got those hits. Pro Dynamic 2 was working just great. You see me taking this long range shot. It's in a silhouette half hidden by a barrier, and I put one around the barrier, so that was a failure to neutralize. But I'm shooting good here, getting the steel down quickly. There's a double popper here, one after the other. Probably should have tagged one, then the silhouette, then the other. Alright, on to stage 2 here. Now one shooter started on the left, one shooter started on the right. Since Coop was left-handed, he chose the right side of the range, so I got the left side of the range. But you can see how we aligned up on the barricade. You had an array of 6 rifle targets you had to hit, small plates. Once shooter 1 got his 6, then shooter 2 made his engagement on his 6 plates. And then once shooter 2, which in this case is me, has finished the engagement, ditched the rifle, both shooters dash forward to the shooting boxes. You can see one's yellow and one's white. So the yellow side takes the yellow, the white side takes the white. Now I made a decision to start on the Death Star there and clear that so it would be a more stable target by the time Coop got it starting at the other end. And then I went on the Texas Star and just literally worked my way from the extreme right of the yellow to the extreme left of the yellow. Coop did a little about going back and forth from the ends to the Texas Star to the little, kind of a little bit of both. We get done roughly about the same time. And by then, as you can see, the Death Star's mostly slowed down and it's basically turned into a slightly moving Texas Star. This last target on the dual entry gave me a little bit of trouble there. Coop gave me a helping hand, and then he tags the final shot to stop it.
Oh man, I specifically ordered an Uber XL.
Alright, now we specifically move on to stage 3, and a couple things here. One, this is our first stage of the day. 2, we were all helping RO this stage, so I was in the RO mindset, so hence I left my sunglasses on and didn't put my shooting glasses on, which have my bifocal lens, so I have a nice blurry sight picture here with the pistol, but I compensate for it fairly well. Moving to the back of the car. Coop's done his part, and by the way, you're only seeing mostly me on this because only one camera can be in one place at one time. Notice Coop is getting his shots off. I'm ready to get my shots off, and then, oh yeah, I've got to adjust the diopter because I'm looking down my magnifier and only see something blurry. And once I get it adjusted where everything's clear, I realize, oh heck, I never turned my dot on. So yeah, Coop's all done shooting his side of the ray before I even get my first shot off, which, as you can see here, added a whole bunch of time and didn't help our overall score at all.
Alright, we're finished. Unload, show clear.
Alright, stage 4 here was another relay, except in this case, unlike stage 1, both shooters had to do the whole course. So Coop went first, you had to do the pistol first and engage all the pistol targets, which were the silhouettes, until you hit the steel stop plate. And then that signaled you were done with your pistol targets. You switched to your rifle and then engaged all the turtle/tombstone style targets. Once you completed that, you then safely put your rifle in dump barrel and then went and tagged your teammate. So Coop here just finished his pistol run. He's grabbing his rifle and moving out. And interesting, like each of us went to our preference side because Coop's a left-handed guy, I'm right-handed, so we kind of favored opposite sides of the range. And definitely Coop had a bit of an advantage here on this last engagement, as you'll see when I do my right-handed run. Then completion, he safely ditches the rifle, tags me, I move out, I head to the left side, peek out behind the barrel and make that lean out and get that far shot. Get the windows, Can't see them here, but there's 2 crowd pleasers on the other side of the car down low. Scanning for my targets, knowing I've got one out there somewhere. Get that one. Yep, nice car. On the car, one's rifle, one pistol, so I got the pistol on that one, and then you get the pistol there. And then I go over here to struggle with the stop plate. 3 rounds. Have to reload. Could have done this all in 1 mag, so it's rather disappointing because, boom, there it goes down. Unnecessary time on the stage. Didn't help our overall score. Charge the rifle, get out there, immediately aim for it, and realize I got to go to the other side. Took my time getting those hits just to make sure I got the neutralization. They called out there, and it got me confused, but then I found the targets and made the engagement. So I could do the crossface shot and took it. Putting extra shots just in case Coop had made one, because you had to have a total of 4 hits. And if he missed any, I was allowed to make it up. So I just started putting 4 in everything just as a safety precaution. Don't know why I almost forgot that target. And bumped him into this last one.
Grab the prop.
All right. So on this stage, each shooter had to hold a prop to link them together. Coop and I took advantage. He took the left side because he's left-handed. I took the right side because I'm right-handed. And the cool thing about it is each shooter took out their array. When you were done with your array, you could help your buddy, which I went ahead and did here with Coop. As you can see, we made short work of this stuff. And once they were all clear, ditched our pistols, ditched that prop, retrieved our rifles, ran up to the jiggulator here, stepped on as a team to minimize the movement, charged rifles, and proceeded to use the fast way.
I'm done. Done.
All right, step back off, guys.
Okay, we are on to stage 6, which is a rifle-only stage. And you did it in relays. You had 5 targets and a bonus at 100. You had 2 targets and a bonus at 200, and 2 targets and a bonus at 300. And basically the way it did is the first person went. They did the whole array, and then once they were completed with the array, or they said they were done, then the last shooter could go and do their part of the array. And if their teammate had missed any or couldn't get any shots, the second shooter could go ahead and make it up. Our strategy was since Coop's rifle only had a 1x aim point PRO on it, he would go first. We see what he could or could not get. And he ended up doing okay. He didn't try for any bonuses, but he got all the 300s. And then me with a 3x magnifier would run cleanup. And as you're about to see here, our plan didn't quite work right. Coop was able to get everything. He didn't go for the bonuses, but he was able to get all his hits on 1, 2, and 3, and then it was my turn. Also, the targets at 100 progressively got smaller. You had to go from left to right at each yard line, and they got progressively smaller on the 100. So it was not an easy shooting challenge. Then when it switched over to me, as you can see, I was on the other tank trap. I had a nice shooting position. I had good stable shooting position. The 100 came a little easier for me once I figured out where I was hitting and realized the targets were progressively getting smaller. The 200 was not much trouble, and my intention was that after I collected all the yard lines, I would go back and get all the bonuses. Unfortunately, what ended up happening was the 300 was heavily vegetated, so when you missed, you got no feedback to figure out where you were missing and where to hold off. I did figure out eventually on day 2, which was the singles match, is that I was just being overly cautious. The range had warned us that, you go over the berm, you're launching into other people's property, there'll be a big problem with that, and so I kept launching rounds, being very conservative, and I wasn't holding over enough. I think I was probably just missing under the target by an inch or 2. Anyways, here we go. Just Coop's over on the spotting scope trying to look for some trace. Doesn't see any. I'm getting no feedback whatsoever, and we just par out.
Time.
All right, the Luau two-gun team match was a blast. And for me, it was a personal victory because the last two-man match I went to was Tiger Valley out in 2019, and it was a very unsatisfying experience. So this team match was quite the opposite. It was a great experience overall. Really, really enjoyed it. It was a good division of labor, either by doing relays or by having each shooter having to do specific things, or allowing one shooter to be able to back up another shooter. It was a really good mix. It made for a very challenging match. I wish I'd have performed better on stage 3 by being better prepared, and I wish I hadn't been so conservative on stage 6, the rifle range, because that ended up costing us a lot of points when the hits would have come easy. Luckily, this match also was a team match, but the second day of it, it was an individual match, and I'm going to bring you that video here very shortly. We hope you found this coverage of the Luau 2024 team match helpful and informative. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in for future match videos.